Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sunday night edition of Grown Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today we're going to do an Australian native. Today is July 31st of 2022. It's Sunday. It's 77 degrees Fahrenheit or 25 degrees Celsius. The Australian native is our silk oak that we got from Ted's nursery. It's a Granvillea Robusta. It grows, the height is 75 feet to 22.86 meters tall. The width, it can go up to 30 feet or 9 meters in width. It's fast growing. It likes a well-drained soil. It's pest and disease resistant. It grows mainly on the eastern coast of Australia. So if Sam Doak from Aussie Bonsai Bloke, if you're watching, I wonder if you can make one of these. I mean, it'd be a good one for you to try out. Look how beautiful it looks. But this is the name of it. Over there so you can see it again. And here's where I got it from. Ted's. Ted's got a lot of good stuff. So, before we do anything, it's going to be tall, so I want to keep it short. But I don't know if you can see the bend in the trunk, so we're going to cut right above here and make this one our new leader. Now these grow in a triangular shape or an oval shape, according to my research. So I got my ironwood rationing pruner for 5/8 and under. So this will help me make a nice clean cut. So we're just going to get in there. 1, 2. See? A nice clean cut. And we're not going to put no lipstick on there until, well, we should, because I don't want to get it wet. So I got some, it's like a brown lipstick almost, just to get it. All we're doing is to seal it so no water goes down and has it rot down. Now, you're going to think, oh, Tom, this lipstick is never going to wear off. Well, yes, it does. It does on women's lips. They get it off, but it's going to be good for a good year until it heals over, and then it'll start to wear off naturally. Now, for our clipping, because you can see it was cut over here because it was too big. So all we're going to do is take this off. Now, I don't know if it's going to root, but let's try it out. I got my Clone X. So we're going to hurry up and do that because I don't want, this is Sunday, I don't want you to get all, yeah, it's family night, so I'm trying not to take you away from that. So we're going to give it a good cut. And I'm going to dip it in the Clone X. And we just got the brains covered real good. And in it goes. And then we're going to take this off. Now remember, right where the branches come out, that's your brains. It either tells you to make a branch or grow a root. So hopefully this will work out. I don't know. So let's cut some of these big branches off. Well, you ain't seeing what I'm doing, Tom. So let's show you what I'm doing. I got the bonsai cactus. I got the cactus mix in there, so we're just going to cut some of these big leaves off so we can get it into the soil. Take this one off, just like that, and I'm going to dip it in our Clone X and then push it in. I pre-wetted the soil already, so, and then I'm just going to push this in so it's got good contact with the soil. And I got my stick on there telling it when I rooted it. Don't knock over the Clone X, Tom. Almost did it. Okay, so now we got this to set aside. We got our bucket of water. And we're going to do our underwater root raking. Now that's easier for people that have arthritis, or if you're afraid to do root work, do it underwater. So let's get it out of the pot, because it'll help you loosen the soil off real nice. So let's take this pot over here. Let's put it in, if you can see it. And we're just going to tease the soil out of it. Let's see if you can see it a little better. Let's get it in there. Just like that. And all I'm doing is teasing it out. And you can see how easy you can get the soil off the roots, and especially if they're tangled. Now sometimes this works real good and sometimes it don't, but hey, it's better than being afraid of trying to get it all out. I mean, get the roots all out of the soil so you can see what you're working with. And the chopstick works just real good. So let me do it this way so you can see it. And you can see how all this is flowing out. And they see on this, they use the Cactus mix also, because you can see all the perlite flowing out. So that's all I'm doing. There we go. See, by doing this, let's see if I can do it this way so you can see. See how nice, look how nice that soil comes off your roots. Now granted, if you got a real big tree, this might not work, but if you got a big tub, it'll help you get all the roots raked off real nice and easy. Less stress on the tree because it's underwater, and you're really not tearing the roots. Well, that's my theory, but see, look at that. Look how nice you can get that just by doing underwater root raking. Now, you can see the taproot on this tree here, but you got a lot of nice roots coming out. So I think we can cut it to about here, because we cut enough off at the top and leave these out, and these bent roots I can stretch. So since we got all the soil off, now I got my hydrogen peroxide here, and I'm going to dip and I'm going to clip some of these roots off because I haven't sterilized my tools yet. So hydrogen peroxide, it's good stuff. So all we're going to do is cut a lot of this back, and you can see how nice it came off. Now we're going to take my, let me dip and clip these a little bit. As we're going into the roots, we're going to go about here. I don't know if you can see it, and just cut like that. And see, we got a nice root base, nice radial root base. We can stretch our roots out. So let's see. Now, I mean, underwater root raking is very good. I mean, look how nice you can get your tree out. You don't have to be afraid of tearing roots or anything because it comes off real nice. So we got our little pot with the screen in it. I'll put our tree there. Got my napkin. Okay, so let's get our black gold bonsai, or our black gold cactus mix from Sungrow. I really love this mix. I mean, it's really, really good. Drains fast. You can wet it fast. So I got my measuring cup. I'm going to put some soil in. Just like that. And let's get that over there. Okay. Now we're going to get our mikus and put it in the top there. And some of our azus. Let me cap up my peroxide. There we go. Now let's see how the tree will fit in here. Now the roots, you can see, are a little bit over. So we're going to take our ironwood long nose and just clip. Let me stretch this one out and clip. I just clip some of these off. Now these are a little wraparound, but you know, the tree is young and it's late in the season, so I don't really want to do this. But this one's a little bit too long. I'm supposed to have, oh, there we go. There's my root pruning scissors. So I'm going to take these again and dip and snip off some of these roots into here. This root is making a circle, so we're going to cut it there. Now this is going to grow. See, it's late. It's 8 o'clock now. So this is the best time to do your planting. So let's see how this works in here. We'll stretch our roots out the best we can. I think that'll be pretty good, just like that. And I'm going to take more of my Azus and just hit the roots. Just like that. Now I got to get my soil. Make a mound. Get that in there. Let's fill it up, Tom. Now let's see where we're at. Okay, we're almost about in the middle. We just got it off a little offset because it's the I don't know if you can see the trunk, but it's going this way. So let's get our soil mix in. Just like that. I was just watching Zin's $50 challenge. He did very good. Mimosa, it's always a tree I wanted to try, so Zin, that's a good idea. And he uses a toothpick to get in to the roots, which is very ingenious. That's a very good idea. So there we go. Now, because this is light, this soil, what I'm going to do, let me bring this in closer so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to take the surface tension out of the soil because it's so dry. If you water it, it's just going to flow right off until you get the surface tension off. There we go. There. Let's get our soil in real good under it. Just like that. Let's see. We're off a little bit, so that's good. Because the tree is growing like towards your right. So hopefully this branch here will go up, because these trees are not known for multiple trunks according to my research. They just have one trunk and they grow straight up but into a triangular or an oval shape. There we go. I'm saying, Tom, that's a lot of soil in there. I know, but once you wet it down, it goes down. So I'm making sure I got everything in there. There. And then we're going to tap it down with our fingers. I know we had to do a severe cut on the top, but I want to keep this one small and try cuttings on there and see what we get out of it. You don't know until you try. I thought this was a nice looking tree when I seen it at Ted's. This one was, if I'm not mistaken, $6.99, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all for a beautiful tree like this, because it's almost fern-like looking. There we go. Now I'm going to get Mr. Elephant. Hey, Freddie. Mr. Elephant says hello. Mia, Mr. Elephant says hello, and all the kids out there if they're watching with their parents. There we go. Give them a nice little watering. Get it in. Now the leaves are just a little bit yellow. So I don't know if it's because it was sitting, because these in the shade, because I had this in the shade and they like full sun. So I'm just going to put a little laterite in there because it might be lacking in some iron. and I'm going to put it outside. Now I'm going to have to put it where it gets at least morning sun, because these trees suffer in the shade or partial shade. But just till the roots get established in the heat of the day, I don't want it to suffer. So I get all that soil off while we're watering it in. And laterite offers iron for the soil, which the tree can take up. Now, what are we going to do for the rest of it? So see, it's in there pretty snug. It's pretty good. So I have to see, the tree is off going this way, so I think this will be our front. So what I'm going to do now is see, ironwood also makes these other tools here. So I'm just going to cut just that leaf off there, this one here, so we can see our front. So it's going to curve out this way, and I take this leaf off so we can see our trunk a little better. Now this leaf here is a little pukey, so we get rid of that. And this one's a little pukey too, so we'll get rid of that one. And some of this leaf is a little pukey, so we'll get rid of that one. Okay, so now what are we going to do for the rest of the tree? So now we got, this is our tree where the trunk is going a little this way. So what I'm going to do, I had an idea before I started making this. So let me get our water bag cut. Like that. Let me open it up just a little bit more. Now I have dragonstone. And what you can do is drop it on the floor, but it doesn't break, so I had to use a hammer on the floor and cut it up in some nice little fragments. It breaks easy, dragonstone, real easy. So let's see what we can do with this. So let's move our cuttings on the side. So we're going to get our spoon. We'll get our water going here first, because it's on a coastal area in Australia. It's a coastal tree, so whether it grows next to water, I have no idea, but it grows on the coast. So from what I've seen, there we go. Now, Tom, I got some of my floor swept bonsai soil, and we can make this a shoreline, just like that. You know, your tree is good, but you can always dress it up a little bit. Who says that you can't dress it up? Why not? That's our shoreline. And not only that, this gravel will help hold in the moisture so that the tree can get established. And I like this soil mix because it's very fast draining. There we go. So after that, what happens, we always get a little bit of grass growing. So here's our grass. Just something different so you can see it. Now this is, when you start out bonsai, start out small. You don't have to buy the big trees and, oh, I'm going to buy this big tree on sale. No. You got to practice. Start out small and work your way up. There. So, now, can we get a piece of stone in here? With the grass growing around it, just like that. And I found something, because Roy gives me some of these old pots that are broken. I found this little boat. It's got a little glue on there, but it's not going to be seen because we're going to have it against the shoreline like this. The guy got it up on the shore. He went and took a break. So there we go. There's our little boat. I'm trying to find more little ships and stuff. So there you go. Then I'll put a tag on here, and we'll see how this thing grows. Now they're supposed to be fast growers, but let's see what happens. Let's see how the laterite goes to help it green up a little bit better. Granted, it was in the shade, but now I'll keep it where it gets at least morning sun. So there's our little tree, just like that. Little boat with the guy going off. Probably went off to going home to get some supper. You never know. So today's Sunday, it's family night. And what does that mean? It's going on 8, it's a little about 10 after 8 right now. So what you got to do, shut that phone off. Take the kids with Ma, Grandma, and Grandpa, sit down with a nice cup of tea or some lemonade if it's too hot. And sit down, put on Lawrence Welk, watch some good Lawrence Welk music when music was music, and enjoy the family, because Sunday is family night. So shut that phone off. Tell everybody from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, we're not bothered. We're sitting down and relaxing. You can even make it from 6 o'clock on. And here's a good challenge for everybody. Try it once during the week and keep the phone off for 2 hours and see if you don't go nuts. I know a lot of people, they're always on the phone like that. So there's my challenge to everyone. Try shutting the phone off for 2 hours and read a book and enjoy a cup of tea. So I'm going to put our today's date on the back, and we'll go from there. So enjoy family night. It's Sunday. Take care, everybody.